Welcome back to Kwadakuza, Salbona, as we go to the land of the Zulus and the beautiful weather in the middle of winter. It is the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. And coming up, Scotty in this heat, M.Cibilic from Australia, C.Munoz from Costa Rica, M.February, of course, the free-flowing South African from Cape Town, and J.Lawler, the young Australian that has been making some serious noise this year.
Heats under my belt before J-Base feels good and get a little rhythm going. So, hopefully we get some waves at J-Bay and I'll be able to put on performance there as well.
Well, you've done enough now. I know the forecast is looking pretty tricky for tomorrow, but it is looking perler for Saturday. It's in second, but congrats to you, man. You dominated.
Right on, thank you.
Well, he did dominate that hit. We see J.Lawler getting dominated by the lip on that one. Waves are good, the weather's good, they're beautiful people everywhere, and they're just having a good old time. As we see Mr. Good Time, February, up and riding. Lovely little hook in the pocket to start things off. Look at that bottom turn, and lovely clean hook at the top. He had a little smile on his face coming out of that one.
And so did I as he did it. It was just butter-like smoothness from M.February.
If you want to come out here and do floaters over the top and bang a couple of nice turns down the line in a heat, that's good with us too. And M.February quickly getting a second score on the belt, and he's looking pretty hungry out there.
I'm enjoying surfing. J.Lawler up and riding here.
He is a really exciting goofy footer to watch. Wow, really lays the hammer down. In the previous heat, we were talking about surfboard technology and how in these smaller conditions.
Really good spot, so he'll want to keep continuing on and banking this one here, and that'll make him a bit more of a household name.
This is M.Cibilic, the Australian, and getting some big turns down the line. Goes down on the second turn though, so he'll just have to hit the reset button and get back out there. So you got to know what you're doing in the big heaving stuff, and it's of course very cold water as well. See Cibilic just up and riding on a small left-hander, doing some good work down the line, and of course the commentator Kurt Strike, and a lot of good kids. And then of course we saw a young man yesterday surfing, Eli Bierkus. He's also out of Cormacky, so a lot of stuff happening down there in the deep south of Cape Town. As we see J.Lawler working the backhand this time, his ride for Channel Islands. As we see Carlos paddling into a left bowl, bottom turns, lovely little hook off the top, and again goes into the lip. And one thing I have picked up is that the Costa Ricans are pretty good on left-handers.
Most certainly are. They've been doing well so far too. C.Munoz. Pick up on that of C.Munoz. Just comes around that section. Lovely vertical hit there. I love that. You see the head throw as he does with it and really swoops that one and drops the head. Drops the shoulders and throws that board up and links two pretty critical manoeuvres. So good flow, good linking. C.Munoz, expect that to be his best ride of the heat so far. Now we've got M.Cibilic.
Yeah, up and riding. This time decides to stick to his front side. First turn was okay, but then a lot of downtime down the line. Lays a little hammer down though. So 5.31 his requirement. I don't know if I can see that going there. If we look,
bit of a problem for us tomorrow, but of course we've been talking all about Saturday and Sunday looking amazing, and J.Lawler's been looking amazing with turns like that. Just the one searing top turn. And he's been here for a few of the other events. I know you've caught up with him. He got a third down the road.
Well, and he's been surfing out here for the last 3 years. So he's been really spending a lot of time in South Africa. And see M.Feb just going down on that one, a bit of a wobble. A bit of heavy on that one, but he loved it. Now Mikey, wow, flying down the line on this one. Gets a big crack. Someone's hat gets in our way. And he goes for the floater. And someone please tell that person with the big hat to move along.
Was, of course, M.Feb's. We're still waiting for the score from this one. That final move was my favourite, the foam, the straw hat slash.
And here he goes, looking at the front side. I've seen him do some pretty big aerials on his front side over the last few weeks. Gets two big cutbacks, goes vertical on the third turn, works it around the pocket.
Pick up on that last one of J.Lawler, 4.93. Different angle there. You can see the nice jam. Gets back up into the lip here, little fin slash. And just waits for that to time. He's been able to maintain speed and flow between those four big turns. M.Cibilic, he'll look to replicate the same sort of form here on his backhand.
Yeah, well, like you said, he's been surfing really good. I like that one. Throws it in the lip and just gets caught. And in the previous heat, we saw Jadson Andre just looking out of sorts.
And you can always bank on that in every one of M.February's heats. M.Cibilic there. Love the vertical component we always expect from here. Goes Morgan here. He's got to find some rhythm. He's got to get himself into the discussion for this heat. Not much of a shoulder on this wave, though. So fourth priority, he's got nothing to lose by rolling the dice on this one. But just can't see that going north of the 5 requirement, which he's going to need because all the other surfers around him, they've got 6-point rides or thereabouts. If tide does fill in, it looks like whilst we're at the last replays, this was J.Lawler taken to his backhand here, so keeping it on both the forehand and backhand with a lovely little under the lip snap there.
Well, two-turn combo. He needs a 5.94. Pretty much looks like he's going to maybe just come a little short on that, as we see J.Lawler up and riding, not waiting around for the situation. A lot of speed coming out of that epoxy under his feet as he cracks the fins off the back. And he was going so fast on that one, his vest almost blew off.
Yeah, looking good underfoot, whatever that board is. Looks like a Channel Island, as you said.
And now M.February doing a 5.88 to take him out of the heat. And J.Lawler has kept superiorly busy in this heat. Goes vertical again. A little bit caught out on the exit. He recovers well to get the second turn. Love to drive that backhand turn vertical into the lip. Now Carlos reacts. He's been pretty quiet for a long time in this heat. Explosive little surfer out of Costa Rica. I say little, he is pretty staunch though.
February's got one ahead of him and he's going to execute on this one.
Well, here goes M.Feb. Lovely little hook off the top. Clean bottom turn. Love that backhand bottom turn. But he just gets caught up on the second turn, and you could just see his facial expression coming out of that one.
Got the replay also of C.Munoz. He looked pretty good on his one there.
And Morgan having a look at this one. So he opts quite often to stick to his backhand. That's one of the better turns to start, but on the second turn just loses the feet again.
Well, rhythm really is owned by this man here. He hasn't fallen once yet.
And he's been super busy, and just watch him punishing those backhand turns. Flow, so good from J.Lawler. Like there's a big one coming. One of the judges preempted there. Now M.February, he's been looking good on the backhand. Goes over the top into that beautiful bottom turn, hooks it, and throws it vertical. That is better from M.February.
M.Feb's one we liked. Judges still won't do a throw score at that one. Buttery smooth there. Lovely little hook in the bottom and comes straight out of it and straight back up into that lip line tag. So some beautiful backhand surfing from M.Feb. He's looking for a 5.88.
So he'll want to reset, watching a big paddle from Carlos. He's liking the look of this left. Has to take off in the whitewater. Not an ideal situation to start, but he recovers well. And now big bottom turn. Lovely little arcing carve. See him really getting the back arch out on that one. A little caught on that last turn and then goes down on the closeout maneuver on the sand. So it started a bit rough. He recovered well and then kind of went rough again.
That was, I quite liked those turns in the middle, and he did so well to recover from that whitewater takeoff. As I said, it's super, super hard to maintain momentum.
And 6 here for some of the surfers. Here's that wave you wanted to talk through.
Yeah, comes straight out of that whitewater takeoff, and good size on this one. And he does a real highline drive and squares that one up and just jams at them in the pocket, sending buckets of spray on his backhand there. Another one here. You can see so much weight displaced on that board. And the end sort of section's just a little soupy and weird for him, so nothing doing there, just the two big turns. But a bigger wave there for C.Munoz.
We are going to go to the end of the heat, and that means we do say cheerio to M.Cibilic and, unfortunately, for M.February for the South African fans. J.Lawler putting on a masterclass of both forehand and backhand surfing there. And C.Munoz, the exciting afroed up Costa Rica, and he'll move on to the next round and be very happy about it.